So yesterday, I was tuning in to the King of Reads, Justin J. Yes, me. I was tuning in. I don't know why anybody would think that I have an issue with Justin J. Even though I have been critical of him and pulled his coattail, that doesn't mean that I don't like him. I actually like a lot of his content. I don't always 100% agree with him, but I don't 100% agree with anybody. So he had a really interesting conversation yesterday. He put out a video with his friend Deshaun, and they were discussing the N-word and the Latinx community. And I, for one, thought it was a really good conversation until they got closer to the end of it and they started to talk about Cardi B. Now, they started off with, of course, Gina Rodriguez, who pretty much had made an ass of herself when she decided to use the N-word. And basically, the conversation evolved into like Latinx people in Black spaces and how, in my opinion, how some people are viewed or how some of them are viewed and why some have passes and some don't. This is when it took a turn because they started to talk about Cardi B. Now, Deshaun has never hid the fact that he is a Cardi B stan. Basically, she can do no wrong, even when she's always wrong. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you listen to this conversation and then we're going to get into it.
But yeah, I don't consider myself like a Cardi B fan, as you all know. But to see people take away her blackness, and I have gotten into this conversation so many times because I didn't see her as black. Because we talked about this in the middle episode a year ago. Mm-hmm. It was me, you, Jordan, and Adrian. It was four of us all together, and we talked about that. So, and you've had the same stance since the beginning. But I've learned that after talking to Deshaun and looking at the material and being the judge of it. It's not me to judge. She has said it. And a lot of people reference her Vlad TV interview,
which I think is dishonest.
And I really think it should be deleted because you can tell that she was pressured and she was confused in that moment. And I can totally relate to somebody saying, asking, and you just don't know what's going on. You don't know what to say. You can't really think because you're trying to make sure that you don't look stupid.
Okay, so that's what they said. And they also went on to talk about how exotics, that she's considered what you call exotic. And I didn't really know what to make of that. Because like I said, the conversation was actually interesting. But I was just not feeling the fact that, once again, Cardi B has been handed an impasse. She's been handed out a pass. And even when it came out of her mouth that she considered herself Hispanic, even though I know Hispanic is not a race, this is what she said. She does not and did not in that interview consider herself a Black woman. She only recently became a Black woman. I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of that Vlad video for you guys where Cardi talks about who she likes to date. And this will show you once again, for the people that just don't get it, that she did not consider herself Black. I'm going to go ahead and play this right now.
I have dated guys that they're Black, and they have told me like I don't date Black girls, and it's like I be telling them, but you're Black, but your mom is Black. You don't think that's weird? And then they tell me, well, you don't date Spanish guys, right? And I say, no, I don't. I date Black guys, and it's like, so it's a preference thing, which is kind of like absurd to me. But then it's just like, I have a preference myself.
No, I feel you. I mean, I mostly date Black girls. I mean, although I've dated pretty much everything, but most of my long-term relationships were with Black girls, and clearly I'm not Black. But you don't date Spanish guys at all?
No.
Do you have any idea why?
I guess I like, first, I like dark complexion. And it seemed like every dark guy that I ever liked, they African American or Jamaican. I don't even like people I think that like is my race, just because I like to date people that are different from me. Like I like to date people that are not like me. I like their culture. I already know my culture. So I want something new to me.
All right. I don't know what else people need to hear. In that Vlad interview that was posted in 2017, she just told y'all for the 1,000th time, for the ones in the back, that she dates black men. She dates outside of her culture. Even though, again, I know culture and race are completely different things, but the way she was mentioning it and referring to it, she's clearly saying she doesn't date men in her race. She is Hispanic to herself. This is what she's saying. So I don't understand why people just don't understand that Cardi B did not consider herself black. Cardi B only probably started calling herself an Afro-Latina recently, when people started looking at her funny because she just likes to spout out the N-word, so very freely. And people started calling her out, and then all of a sudden, she too is Afro-Latina. Now, I have never denied that Cardi B has some African ancestry in her. I've never denied that. But hell, I've done my DNA test. I did an ancestry DNA test, and my DNA test came back that I'm 23% European. And I got maybe 3% Middle Eastern. Does that now can I call myself white? So just because she has African ancestry does not make her black. Her great grandfather or something like that might have been black. I don't doubt that. But that does not make her black. I assure you, her parents don't identify as black, and I don't understand why people keep giving this girl passes and say, well, it's okay for her to say what you don't want Gina Rodriguez to say, and you don't want Evelyn Lozada to say, because if you were to do their DNA test, I bet you would find somebody black in their family tree too. No different than her. So please miss me with that. Like, we as black people, are we so low on our identity and self-esteem that we just invite everybody to the barbecue? Everybody can come to the cookout. I'm so tired of black people claiming everyone. Here's the thing. Cardi B enjoys black spaces. She enjoys Black D, and she enjoys the money she gets from the black community. But just because it's around the Halloween time and everything like that doesn't mean you get to wear blackness as a costume and you can take it off and on as you so please. She can easily take off this blackness of hers when it no longer benefits her pockets. We cannot do that. Cardi B is at best performative. She is performing black. She is performing blackface. And yes, I said it. I'm not taking it back. That is what she does. And a lot of us in our community eat it right up. And you make excuses for how she acts. Like, you know what? She's one of us. No, she is not. She didn't claim one of us until people started calling her out about how she uses the N-word so very freely. Because if you go and you watch the Vlad interview, she actually starts the interview talking about how she can't stop using the N-word. It's just part of the culture. It's part of her culture. All right. She's referring more to the fact that, she's a New Yorker. And we've heard this conversation before, how people from New York, it's just a mixed melting pot. And they just use it. They just use it. And she says she can't stop using it. She's not going to stop using it. It's a part of her culture, a part of the culture. So please miss me with giving this girl pass after pass. And she is not black. I've looked at her parents and I'm like, black where? I thought in order to be even remotely black, you got to have at least one black parent. And Cardi B doesn't have either. Cardi B ain't got no black mama and she ain't got no black daddy. And please miss me with her mommy's Trini. Her mother is from Trinidad. You do realize that's a nationality. I'm from America, so that makes me American. If somebody is from France, that makes them French. But Trinidadian is not a race. So please open a book and understand the difference between race, nationality, and ethnicity. I assure you that Cardi B's parents do not check black when it comes to whatever they check off of a box. They are not doing it. Neither one of her parents. I have looked at I looked at the pictures of her mama and her daddy and I ain't seen no black. Now, like I said, I'm sure somewhere down that family tree, there's somebody black that got, that they brought over here on the boat. But that's way, 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 way down. And I'm assuring you that Dominicans don't go, yelling from the rooftops that they black. Black ancestry or African ancestry does not make you black. Like I said, I don't walk around saying I'm white because I got European ancestry in me. You know how ridiculous that would be? So as far as calling her black, how? And you got to have it. I see people saying that Logic, who has a black father, isn't black. Cameron Boyce, the late Cameron Boyce from the Descendants movie, Disney. I hear people saying, well, he's not black. He got a whole black father. And they are less black than Cardi B? This is her family right here. This is Hennessy. I ain't never heard Hennessy once time say she was black. I ain't never heard that girl say she was black. All right? And I'm telling you, her parents are not out here claiming black either. The girl sat here and said that she likes to date outside of her race. She likes interracial dating. What do you think that means? She said it out of her own mouth. And then for me to hear Deshaun and Justin kind of like, well, she was pressured. They should just delete that Vlad interview altogether because she was pressured. She was pressured to say, she wasn't pressured to say shit. She came out and said that she gonna say the N-word and she can't stop saying it. Look at her daddy. His lips alone should tell you that man ain't black. He ain't got an ounce of lips. That right there should tell you he ain't black. All right. This is Cardi B and Hennessy and her mother when Hennessy was first born. Does that look black to you? I don't think so. So please miss me with claiming everybody. Black people, we have got to stop that. Cardi B wears blackness as a costume that she gets to put on as performative and take off when it suits her. But she does not live the black experience. I don't care how she might talk about, well, they look at us like we're all the same. No, they don't. No, they don't. All right? No, they don't. And if nothing else convinces you that Cardi B is not black, if nothing else, the fact that she said it out of her own mouth, pretty much, if nothing else convinces you that Cardi B is not black, it should be convincing enough to you as how many things she has done and gotten away with. This is their grandmother. Does that woman look black to you? Like I said, there's something way down in there. They got some African ancestry, but I'm sure that woman ain't claiming. I'm sure that lady is not saying she black. So miss me with that. But again, if don't nothing else convince you that Cardi B ain't black, look at how many things she has gotten away with. I ain't never seen no black person get away with as many things as she's done. That should tell you right there that she ain't black because she's still standing. She still got all her endorsements. She ain't lost nothing from her behavior and some of the vile, nasty things that's come out of her mouth. She ain't lost anything for it. So that right there should tell you that she ain't black. Because if she was black, listen, Chrisette Michele performed a damn song at the inauguration of Donald Trump. And she pretty much lost her entire livelihood. She sang a song. And this woman has done far more than Chrisette Michele has ever done. And she has lost nothing. So that's right there should convince you that she's not black. If nothing else doesn't convince you, trust me, she ain't black. Not one bit. She has African ancestry. Do not mix up having African ancestry with being black and understanding the black experience. We here in the United States, the ADOS, African Americans, we have an experience unique to us. And she does not share in that experience. She does not know what that experience is like because she can move in and out of black spaces. She can move over here with the Latinx community, with the Latino community, anytime she feels like it. And I don't blame her for that. That's who she is. But to move into black spaces to make money and then to move out of black spaces when it no longer suits her, we can't do that. We don't move in and out of our blackness. We are black all day, every day, 24/7. We're going to die black. But when blackness no longer suits her, she won't be using it anymore. Her connection to blackness is her black husband and her baby. That's her blackness. And yes, her little black friends who, again, keep caping for this kind of stuff. I just wish that we as black people would stop caping for everybody because we like them. Because, again, if people like Gina Rodriguez, if people didn't have a problem with Gina Rodriguez, they might have not said, you know what, you don't get to say it. But because they cape for her, Cardi B, she can say it. What's the difference between these women? If we were to do DNA tests on both of these women, they would have probably about the same percentage of African ancestry. So what's the difference? If we're going to just do it like that and we're going to go into the particulars and the specifics, then let's keep it all the way 100. People don't like Gina Rodriguez, so she can't say it. People like Cardi B, so she can say the N-word and use it and monetize it. Make lots of money on performing blackness. That's what she does. She performs blackness, and it's okay because people like her. Black people like her and they accept her. So because we accept you, we're going to use that cognitive dissonance, and we know that we would be hypocritical and critical of anybody else who did what she did. But because we like her, we're going to invite her into the cookout. Because, you know, she's just like us. She's just so real. Just stop. Just stop. Cardi B's parents are not black. She has stated over and over again that she's not black. This interview is a little 2 years old. So all of a sudden, she's black now. I don't understand it. Y'all please miss me with that. And so, although I thought Justin Jay's conversation was a good one, I'm just disappointed in how they chose to give Cardi B a pass and pretty much say that she was pressured into saying what she said about blackness. She was pressured, into saying something about not being black. And they went ahead and called her, she's considered exotic. The last thing I'll say here, I ain't no Cardi B fan, but I got to say the glow up is real. When I'm looking at this Vlad interview, I'm like, damn, money does wonders because she looks good as hell now. And that's no shade. I ain't going to hate on the girl when it comes to how she has glowed up because she was broken. She was busted on this Vlad interview. I just got to say that. So the glow up is real. You go ahead, Cardi B. You got one hell of a stylist team. They did you right, girl. I can't even hate. I will not hate on her for how she has come up as far as her looks. But yeah, what do you guys think? I'm just tired of hearing the whole she black. That's all. I'm just sick of hearing the same old when it comes to people giving her a pass because I don't know what else to tell you. If you don't believe me, go and listen to the entire interview from Vlad. And I'll see you guys on the next video.